Okay, that's Switzerland. It's Denmark!
Denmark. Hey, let's go.
Danish people are from Denmark, right?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't remember if it was like a weird thing, like, oh no, actually the Dutch are from Denmark.
Whoa!
Look, man, I'm a Mara-brained. I need Godly to save me here.
Hang on,
and he's coming out the gate with this Petra.
I gotta talk about something very strange that just happened. Flamethrower actually hit the double downlight into side air, and that's why you got to see such a weird angle on the side air, or I think it might even been the recovery that sent sideways because, hey, he comboed two of the same attack together, so that activated directional influence, and Godly was on the ball enough to be like, hey, I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah, that just shows the amazing reaction time that Godly had because, okay, when we're in 2v2s and it's down into 2v1 and you're like about to be hit by a 2v1 combo, like your brain is programmed to get ready for the DI potential if you see like two swords on the field. But to pick it up that early in the set right there, when you're in 1v1s, to already be thinking about that, Godly's amazing.
Yeah, Flamethrower really going for these double downlight setups. He wants that little bit of extra damage because that really will kind of propel this forward. But it seems like Godly is just saying, no, 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 you've got to keep this clean and honest.
First, Flamethrower is coming in with the Kaya, same legend, same skin that the world champion Impala won the world championship with last year. Flamethrower going under the stage, just barely gets away from that down air that came out from Godly, but he's still keeping the pressure up. He wants to play those faster legends. He wants to play those rush down legends so he can stay on top of you, stick to you like glue, keep the string up, keep the pressure up, keep the domination up. And he's doing that so far against, you know, virtually everybody he's gone up against so far today.
Yeah, just opening up a set against Godly, I think at this point you just kind of have to accept things are not going to go your way initially. Godly's Ken has been absolutely decimating this match. Full stock lead, but Flamethrower starting to fight back. He's really chipped this damage lead down significantly.
Now, last time these players fought was Summer Championship 2022, but of course they were on neither of these legends. Flamethrower was on the Classic Ember, and Godly was on his Classic Val as well. Flamethrower doing a great job of evening up this game, though. He is still in the yellow, grabs that weapon away, yoinks it from Godly, continues the juggle, but here comes Godly, has the gauntlets in his hand. They're almost even in damage. This is a good spot for Flamethrower, who has the range advantage, and he's keeping it going.
Yeah, this is just absolutely phenomenal. What looked like it was going to be an absolute blowout from the way the first stock and a half went, Flamethrower completely turning this around and not even taking a full game to adjust to Godly's pace bodes very well for him.
Neutral light, that's going to turn Flamethrower red. A little bit of the juggle there. Nice dodge from Godly to get through the recovery. The weapon toss to follow that one up. In Sweat Beads, rips that GCD light a little bit early. Still finds the hit, picks up the gauntlets, gets the KO off the top of the recovery, and that is game one.
Man, they went into map selection so incredibly fast, and then Flamethrower's been taking his time, really thinking about how he wants to knock this down.
Taking his time, that's a classic Flamethrower. He does that apparently on the map screen. He does that in his gameplay. That's something we've known from him, which if Godly wants to play a much quicker game, and if he has the ability to do that where the fast speed wins out, I mean, it's working for him so far. It's not like Simple, who is known to slow games down and force you to play his game. It seems like Flamethrower wants to slow things down, but Godly's just not letting it happen.
Yeah, he is definitely sticking right on him. Right now, the damage has been pretty equal. Godly managed to eke out just the little bit of the comeback at the tail end there to squeak out game one. But game two, you know, I'm going to give this anybody's game.
Nice dare coming out from Godly. That gives him the landing. That gives him so much range to play with. That down air can be so helpful. If you can set up at that 45-degree angle rather than having your opponent directly below you, like, you have so much range there. Went for the GC in light, get the active frames, ends up tripping up Flamethrower.
Just broken ankles. He just juked him.
Yep,
that's
all the way down. You just kind of dribble in that orb around him, almost like you'd be dribbling through your legs, but of course, when you're on the edge, you can't really be doing that.
Can we get the rights to like the Harlem Globetrotters theme or something? Gotta play that in the background.
I don't think so. Ain't no way, man. That's got to be like $10 million for a 30-second snippet.
Ooh, great dodge on that coming down light. Godly again with these punishes, building the damage up to a full stock lead.
Toss swapping back over to the gauntlets. He was going in for neutral signature there, gets interrupted by the weapon toss.
Ooh, down light into the
recovery.
I love that choice. It was great awareness. There was a lot of stage left to cover. The side air might not have done it, but that down light into recovery, it doesn't matter where you are, left or right on the stage. Up is always up.
Godly coming back in. He's getting juggled a little bit here. Flamethrower fighting his way back in this one. Now you see him. You see the way that Flamethrower was kind of slowing things down. Even after that weapon toss, you saw him back up, which kept him way out of the way. Oh, there's the ground pound Godly who gets the stock in the end eventually.
Yeah.
But Flamethrower kind of backing up. That kept him away from the neutral signature that Godly threw out. He was probably expecting like a jump down air or something like that right at that 45-degree angle, and Godly would have been spot on. That's what came through. That's an easy punish for Godly there. You saw him moving down just a little bit, didn't want to fall into it, had plenty of room to punish that, but he's going to get here, and that's where you throw out the side air versus the recovery, like you pointed out earlier, because we're on that edge, because the closest blast zone is the left one and not the top one.
Yeah, just great awareness. You love to see it. So now Godly just trying to weave his way around these bow shots. Doing a pretty good job so far. Damage advantage in his favor, but ever so slightly. Oh, beautiful dodge read. Wasn't able to turn it into too much more. But again, he's sticking with him. He's always going the right direction. Even if he's not getting the attack, you know that's got to stick in the head.
Trying to stay away from those neutral airs. That's going to be the single hit, the side light. No true follow-ups there off of that one, but there's the GCD light into the ground pound. Godly now going up 2-0, but that was a much closer game from Flamethrower. He's starting to figure out the Godly recipe.
Yeah, that ground pound, I really thought he was going to seal the deal there. But Godly, such a phenomenal reversal, not only getting past the edge guard, but turning it into one of his own.
No swaps here whatsoever. Flamethrower sticking with the Kaya. Godly sticking with this Petra, of course. The Ken crossover, he's been feeling good with it. Even with that jet black hair, he's playing emo Ken, but he's got to be feeling happy.
Seems to be. I mean, it's been no hesitation, straight back into it every single time.
Flamethrower disarmed. You see him just jumping away. He's just trying to get away from Godly. He's waiting for the weapon to spawn back in. Now he throws out the unarmed side light. Try to put some space between him and the weapon spawn. Grabs the bow.
Oh! That's the first time that we've really seen the neutral signature here. Such a phenomenal option, and one that you mentioned Impala earlier, one of the premier Kaya players. It's just such a strong tool in her kit. You see them break it out constantly. So I'm really glad to see Flamethrower unlocking that option here.
It just has so many things going for it. It has solid startup, solid hitboxing. It actually has movement, so you can use it to get closer to your opponent who thinks they're in a safe spot. If they're just sitting there jumping up and down, figuring out what you're going to do, all of a sudden, boom, the almost instant signature comes out and moves you closer. If they're caught in the air, they're going to get hit by that little butterfly. D-light into the neutral light. Even Thea probably can't run through that butterfly. That's too quick.
Oh, it's there just instant. It's crazy. Go once again, great punish.
Man.
Even cooked that one a little bit.
That's Flamethrower going for the blender, just trying to whip him up, and it's just that's the second time, and it's been a major punish each time coming from Godly. That signature used to be one of the most feared signatures back in the day, the way players were able to hit it, but you know, not quite as much anymore, especially when you figured out like Godly has.
Oh yeah, I mean he is just prepped and ready. But right now, Flamethrower still has a bit of an advantage for this one. Is this going to be the pivotal turnaround? This is kind of like do or die for his winner's bracket moment, just because he's down 2-0 in the set.
Juggle opportunities, no, just a single hit. Flamethrower doing a great job getting around him.
Ooh, went for the side signature, but Godly interrupting, giving no quarter every single time. He's there just throwing hands.
Has control of the weapons here. Gonna stick with the gauntlets. Had plenty of time to go over and grab the orb, but he just let it fall and despawn. Next weapon spawn comes in, it's gonna be the spear. There's the recovery. Hoping for the juggle, but he wasn't able to grab it. Was in sweat beads, now gets hit by 2. That's been the vertical options for the follow-up out of the neutral air that Godly's been going. He reaches up with the neutral air and throws the down air vertically down.
Uh-oh. There's a dunk. Some trouble brewing. Flamethrower with the momentary edge guard. Tries to slide charge that. Godly scoots just behind it.
Ooh, the neutral light.
Neutral light? Oh my gosh. How much damage was on him?
Yeah, he had a lot of damage and he was up high enough from that soft platform. That's the brutal 3-piece that Godly just picked up, that backside of the recovery.
All right. Oh, Flamethrower now unarmed. You see it over there. Godly going for the weapon starve. Flamethrower's got to pick his spots so carefully.
Flamethrower, he needs a victory here. He has to start wrestling this one back in his favor. He had a lead early on, but that's just demon.
Oh
Here he
my
alive,
gosh.
and yet again on the edge. Flamethrower, he tried to channel Acno, but you are not him, and Godly is ready. GCD light into the ground pound. That's now one of many stocks that we've seen Godly take away with that exact move today, of course, over on the edge. Godly moving on with a 3-0 over Flamethrower.
Man, look at just the precision of that knockout. Sniped it out. I mean, the knowledge that, hey, that owl, it only hits above. It's not going to hit anybody that's standing on even ground with Kaya. So let me just line it up so that way I can slide kick right under the owl.
Yeah, that is an owl. I don't know. I called it a butterfly. I'm bad at recognizing shapes and colors.